about the cost value of the gloves. What do you think of the new skins?
I haven't
The
even
splash
haven't
skins.
seen them. I
Really?
I'm never up to date on Valorant skins. Yeah, I've never been really into
There's
Valorant skins.
I think they're so cute, but I'm like, I don't need it I don't need it.
If you like it, you buy it. You know, there's worse hobbies out there.
Yeah, I mean, don't tempt me.
You could have a GoFundMe for chat, or I don't know. I don't know what the best way would be to do it, but you
Ugh,
know, there's always
I
worse
don't need it.
decisions.
I don't need it.
Well, I will say I pretty much never buy skins in this game, so it's I know people enjoy it, but if you like
I
it, you
think at a
buy it.
certain point, yeah, I'll like find what I feel comfortable with, and then I'll probably stick to it for a while. So
Right. I recently got the Recon Phantom in my night market though. I did buy that. I got a cool one. Look at that. Ah,
nice.
now I have to buy the Phantom.
To complete the collection.
100%. It matches my gun buddy. It's just, I mean, before I was like avid Vandal user because like I felt like my Phantom skin couldn't match like the quality. But now,
Mm-hmm.
low-key, my Phantom's just better than my Vandal. But yeah. In terms of starting point for today, I took a look at the tracker. I was like, okay, you know, we're doing pretty decent. We went last 20 games, we were at 10 and 10. That does include some games from last time, I believe. I didn't count up the games myself. But in terms of the days, it was kind of just like the reason why the match win rate wasn't as high as it could have been was simply just because we had a couple of bad days. So this was a 04 day followed by a -3 day here. And then we
Mm-hmm.
also had another 03 day. So a couple of like rough ones, but we made it back with a little bit in the 5-1 here. And then that was pretty much it. So couple of bad streaks, but in terms of like, I was just like clicking through the tracker a little bit, like in terms of our performance, like we kind of went pretty neutral in some of these. In the stomp games, we still went like double-digit kills. So you can kind of mark up some of these to unluckiness, some of like the unwinnable games, but um, you know, we also had some stomps as well from our side, like a 13-1 and 9-3. Seems like we don't really have too many close games to look at just in general, aside from like a few. But my point being is this just might be one of those weeks where the win rate might not feel uh as accurate as like the games portray, just because we had a couple of bad streaks, which happens.
Yeah,
Um,
it did feel quite rough for a bit there.
Pretty streaky. But the VOD that I did want to take a look at was this Lotus game here. We did have like some good sunset options, but sunset is your highest win rate map. I was like, okay, maybe we'll stay away from the sunset. Corrode is leaving, or sorry, Icebox is leaving. I know we haven't looked at Corrode yet, but our really only option between the last week of games was this night 13 here, which is a decent option, but it's only 5 days ago. So
Mm-hmm.
not super recent. Then this 13-1 here, which was obviously a full stop. So um, next best option, I would assume, would be one of these two maps, Lotus or Ascent. And then that kind of just gravitated towards the recency on the Lotus game here. So
Okay,
um,
okay. I would be curious um for the recent Corrode game because I got accused of cheating in that one.
this 13-1.
So I'm like, what did I do? Because I only interacted. It was the Waylay that thought I was cheating. I was like, I only interacted with them once, so
Mm,
I don't know where this comes from. But
yeah, we could definitely take a look. I mean, it's a shorter one as well. It might have, I would assume it might just be maybe you had a couple of smoke kills or something, but um,
maybe.
we'll definitely take a look. But in terms of the Lotus, I'd be looking specifically on this minimap awareness. I know that was a major point for the last 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, I forgot to film my camera
That's okay.
though.
How did it feel for you in terms of like maybe just recap the week specifically for me?
Yeah, it felt fine. I did die a couple times looking at the minimap because I was like not positioned very well and like really trying to train that,
Mm-hmm.
just checking every time someone gets a kill. It's still very difficult for me. I think that I get too hyper focused maybe on like what is ahead of me, like immediately ahead of me, and it's hard to divert my attention for even a split second.
Mm-hmm.
So still working on that. The sticky note did help. I will say that.
Get out sticky note.
Just to, yeah, just to keep it as a top priority for this week. So
Gotcha.
I do feel better about it. I also did test out like switching the settings to turning with me or like keeping me centered. That one was very difficult because like you can't really see the whole map in
You would
that
have to zoom out
scenario.
the
But
map. Yeah. There's a way to
yeah,
do it, but yeah, I gotcha. Did you
yeah.
find a
So I did.
preference?
Well, I just ended up basically at my old settings, but with it turning. It doesn't really help me at like figure out where I am in the map, but hopefully over time, like I just get used to where I am, which was something that I brought up at the end of last session.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel comfortable enough like actually within the space to know exactly where on the map I'm looking at. But
Gotcha.
maybe for now it's fine.
Okay. Okay. Um, the other thing I wanted to ask was in relation to the pre-aiming after you get the minimap info, like this part here. That was like step 2. Obviously, I did mention that was like a higher level thing aside from just the
Yeah.
awareness. Did you find any success at that all? Like any moments that stood out to you?
No, I like tried it a couple times and I failed horribly, like could not figure out or like could not adjust quick enough, I think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or like register it quick enough. So yeah, that was very difficult for me.
Gotcha. Okay. That might be something we try to drill today. We'd probably need a volunteer from the chat to be able to pull that off. I would imagine we'd be able to do something like um have them play like on a certain spot and then I would swing out and die to them or something. I'm sure there's a way we could do it, but that is something that I think is pretty drillable because that's more like repetitions rather than actually
Yeah.
understanding the concept. Okay. Okay. In terms of the other priority points, just adapting on the first 3 to 5 rounds, and then just having some basic setups to fight off of with the triggers. Was that front of mind at all, or kind of just not really any progress?
Kind of. I didn't focus on it as much as I did the prior week with my notes and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but did try to keep it in mind to try to adapt. I think it's harder to like keep track of whether I'm actually doing well or not because like every game is so different or
Mm-hmm.
it feels like it to me. Maybe it feels a little more um like flowcharty in your perspective, but like for me I'm still like, oh wow, anything could happen right now. Like
Right. Right.
um yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Anything that stood out to you this week? Things that went well, things that didn't go well, just anything at all?
Mm, no, I guess I will say my mental was a bit rough on those down days, but
Mm-hmm.
other than that, it was fine. Yeah.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Cool. Let's take a look at the game. Hopefully, I don't get kicked out. Okay. Let's see. Boom. Okay. You start. Juggles, push. It looks good so far. Turret shot. Door? Ooh. Really nice. Nothing. Guys coming back to us. Everything was good here. I'm not gonna lie. Everything was good here. It's just a little bit unfortunate this guy's super late. But we peaked everything well. Like crosshair placement, little tight peaks here. Making sure you're ready on all the fights. It's a little bit unfortunate on this timing. This guy's super late. The only thing I can kind of nitpick is when we're pushing up here, it would be good for us to keep your crosshair on the edge of the smoke the whole time. Just in case,
Hmm.
I don't know if you caught, but the ISO, if you do check, he's coming back here. Which I don't expect
Yeah.
you to look at minimap here, just because there has been no kill feed. But we have the power of hindsight here. So he's coming back into the smoke. If he were to swing out, ideally you'd be ready for that. And I guess in this situation, it just doubles up with having better crosshair placement for the Omen, which would be the other potential threat. So, it's a little bit of hindsight, but it is a good habit to get into just to hold the edges. That might net you this
You don't
kill
think
here.
that he would come out this way or like toward me this way?
If he were to come out on the edge of the smoke, you typically always aim at one of the edges. So here or here.
Hmm.
Holding in the middle
And just
is
hope.
Yeah, you try and hit the adjustment. Holding the middle is like, it happens sometimes. I would say it's like, it's not the most unrealistic scenario for him to come out in the middle like this. But what you would be wanting to aim for is when he goes for an AD peek out of here or out of here. If he were to peek this way, it would likely be like some form of diagonal movement, which means that you'll likely have the advantage anyways. But
Mm.
if he did a sideways peek on this edge of the smoke and this edge of the smoke, it's gonna be a bit harder for you to get the kill. So that's generally why we hold the edges rather than the middle.
Okay.
But I do quite like the rounds. Like we started with the turret on B, we did the alarm bot here, we jiggled for info, there was nothing there, you started pushing up, you got the orb, they went B, you opened the door, you peeked it well. We just unfortunately got caught on the scaling here with maybe potential crosshair placement could have assisted us. But it's also, I don't want to say unlucky, but like not in the scope of like what we can super account for with the super late omen here. Because like 3 of them are on the bomb site, you know, this guy's just baiting, so it is what it is. But maybe slightly better crosshair placement. In terms of mini-map awareness, there wasn't really much to pick up there. Next round. Okay, so that side for the rotate, which is fine. Okay, so now would be a good time to look at minimap. To be fair, we're probably looking at minimap the whole time here. C2 here. Reyna's pushing flank. We see the omen here. Boom, kill. Not really much to change here, but it might inform your decision if you want to go stairs or if you want to go heaven. I don't really think you can really make a good decision on this point, but good to just know. Omen sage on site. ISO's here. One tapped heaven rope. Okay, we do get a timing on this guy. Let me check really quickly.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting him there.
Gotcha. He did make the sound cue at the very last second there. I'll turn it up for you. Right there. He just exited the rope. Kind of hard to hear if you can't recognize it, but it's right there. He like zipped up for a little bit and then he kind of like clinked off.
Gotcha.
So we did get audio cue there, but the main thing to point out here is that this omen got this kill here. It's kind of a good idea to get into the habit of recognizing this pattern. If this player gets the kill here, they tend to like beeline it towards the kill and take the space. But the other thing to note here is like that play doesn't exist until this Astra dies. As soon as this Astra dies, like, oh, they could be heaven now. That could be something to be aware of. But I don't really expect you to win this fight necessarily. I would like to see a little bit better pre-aim though, which I know isn't the focus for this week anyway. So we'll just continue going. No big deal. Probably see more of the minimap stuff play a part on the attack half, would be my guess. Okay, so we see 4 there. Rotate. I'll probably go with the deadlock here, just because he's playing a bit forward, but you can go spawn side. This is fine. Probably go with the gecko because he's a little bit closer to you. Typically when you're rotating, it's good to be close, but again, that's not really in the scope of what we talked about last week. So I'm just kind of thinking out loud. So here, boom. Okay, this guy dies. Check minimap. He stares. Okay, nice. You killed the omen. Check minimap again. There's a guy gonna be on the left side. You ready for that? Really good.
Spike planted.
At this point, we kind of just have to peek out slowly. Well, that's a huge kill. Okay.
Spike planted.
Guess we had the bomb plant noise. Boom. Nice.
Good.
That would be a good time to get your reload off, but you kind of walk out here.
Placing alarm bot.
Ah, nice try. Honestly, minimap witness is really good here from what I can tell. We kind of go out here. Boom. This guy, Omen gets the kill here, so you look right side. Boom. You're ready for it. You kill this guy. Your Reyna died to the Phoenix on the left side, so you pivot immediately. You're ready for this. That seems really good, regardless of whether or not you got the info from the minimap or just by the noise. You're ready for both fights, which is a really good sign. We don't really get any more minimap awareness opportunities in this round here, so we won't hang up too much on it. But obviously, we could have taken the fight a little bit better there.
Yeah.
Yeah, 0.5. Okay.
Just cool down. We're good enough to win.
Oh yeah, that's just me playing with the minimap settings.
I gotcha. Okay, so it looks like one tap. Nice. We see the ISO, we see the omen. See what we decided to do. The res. Yeah, looks like we decided for the flank. I'm down for the flank here. Pretty good decision. I like to flank C when they don't have Senti. Oh, this guy's holding us. Wow. He must have heard this step, I guess. Yeah, must have. Gone. Good blinds. Wow. Killed that guy too.
Spike planted.
Okay, one push spawn. Okay, we saw that
Last
on
player
top site.
standing.
Oof. Good movement though. Okay. So far, we're doing pretty well. It's one of those games that we can kind of tell it's going to be a little bit tough because we haven't been able to hold anything. But
Mhm.
I think we're doing pretty well so far. I like the decision making. You're playing pretty active. It seems like we're grabbing the minimap awareness. Yeah, looks pretty decent so far. Fortunately, 0-4 start, but we decided to play the fast rotate spawn here. I do quite like this too, given that they're kind of just rushing. Okay, we get the kill here, raised there. Gekka hasn't seen anything yet, but he's spamming. I think this rotate is fine. Reyna's flanking. Smoke comes up. Phoenix spotted. Okay, we could go forward here potentially. But looks like they pivot. Maybe? Yeah.
Spike down.
Okay. Not too much going here, which is fine. Typically what you'll see is when the smoke is here, you can kind of push out into the corner. I don't really expect you to do it as a Senti, but something you can do here. I don't mind the ult either. So far, all good. Nothing too crazy on this round. Kind of take a look more at the minimap awareness. Ooh, wow. That's nice ult. Yeah, okay, I see what's happening now. That's kind of what you meant with the keep players centered. I see.
Yeah.
I see. It really does pull the whole map, huh? There is a way to make the... Oh, it changed the... How do you do that? Player centered on? Then I guess you would... Map size bigger. There's definitely a way to do it. Zoom out a bit more, I guess. 0.7. Yeah, it might be 1.2, 0.7. Yeah, I do remember the numbers like this. It's so small. Dang.
Yeah. So after that, I just switched back.
Yeah, it is a little tough. It is a little tough. Wait, I don't even remember my minimap settings. Fine. Okay. Let's see, switch it to A, they ult. I just can't see too much. Okay. There's Phoenix there. We hear a couple here. When we open the door, I would expect us to be ready for the Phoenix on the left at some point. Guy right there, last one left side.
Spike down.
Okay, so we did eventually look. It seems like
One enemy
we weren't
remaining.
hyper aware of it though, but
Spike down.
you were somewhat aware of this guy on the left. He's gonna flash. Ah,
On a le spike, hein, voilà.
there's the flash.
Il y en a encore au fond.
Yeah, we get minimap here. Okay, I don't expect you to do this, but just to kind of share my thought process, because this is a pretty common situation to be in when you're playing off someone's contact. In this case, we're in the corner. Ideally, what would happen here is you're playing contact and your teammate here would swing off of you. That's not happening because people don't really do that. They want the kill in the 4v1. So we're here. When you see your teammate shooting this guy, it's good to have the instinct to check minimap to see where exactly he is. In this case, he starts slowly shifting to the left. Notice how you back up a little bit.
Il y en a encore au fond.
You start backpedaling. But instead, what we could have done, he's close left, is kind of just go for the immediate pre-aim and swing. Easier said than done, but just to kind of show you what that could look like instead of backing up. Look at the trade regardless.
Alarm bot out.
Okay, so far it's not anything crazy though. I think we're doing like most things well. Okay, there's the kill, we rotate, Phoenix ult, there's two there. Going stairs with Molly.
Placing swarm grenade.
Quite like
Swarm
this.
grenade out.
Frame.
835,
Yeah, wow, they're so far back. Okay, the rotate was good though.
Blocking movement.
Still haven't committed. They go back to B. There's a guy B.
Out. Throwing net.
Take a look at this one more time.
Swarm grenade out.
Okay. The peak's not too bad.
Swarm grenade
Kind of
out.
missed the first one a little bit because we end up like here. The first one's in the
Yeah.
wall, but
Swarm grenade out.
I do like that you're taking the fight.
Throwing net. Target
And they
spotted.
pivot to C. Oh, this guy close.
Alarm bot down.
Yeah. They're playing the map well.
Spike planted.
After this round, it might be an adaptation to stop fast rotating and play for your C space instead. But this is the first round they kind of played that slow. Minimap awareness would be here. Okay, so he gets the kill. This guy's a little bit deeper.
40 même.
We are ready for the guy. We kind of just took the knife off for some reason. Guess we weren't expecting that guy to walk in, but it was like
Yeah, I
we're
thought he
aware
was
of it.
gonna walk through.
Gotcha. Oh, double crouch. That's insane. Do that one more time. Shout out them. Okay. If we were looking at mechanics, that's something to bring up, but it's not the focus for this week. Going.
Placing alarm bot.
Placing alarm bot. Okay, now you're adapting to play your C space. This is a good adaptation,
Grenade out.
especially given how they played last round. So, no more fast rotate, you're taking air space instead. Really good adaptation. Thumbs up.
Yeah, give me the.
Astra, we can't see the minimap. Looks like it looks like he ulted spawn or something.
Yeah, after this I changed because I was like, I have no idea what's going on over there.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of arrows. And we can see it now. See what happens. Okay, so one stairs. Ooh, we don't pick up the stairs guy. Yeah, we're caught off guard on this one. So obviously we're in a high risk situation here, flanking. It's kind of hard to tell what's going on. Generally when you're flanking, it's the two things to look out for is one, like can they be close to me, which we don't really know, and two is how close they are to the teammates. So here in this case, they're kind of like past this line, which kind of shows that they're fighting into your team rather than holding like tree or something like that. But most importantly, we somehow just need to find the time to grab info on this kill here. Because obviously that would set you up
Yeah.
for the Phoenix kill. So it seems like we're making improvements, but it's not 100% the way there, which I never expected it to. It's going to be an ongoing skill, 100%, but it's nice to see a little bit of progress.
Placing alarm bot.
We did switch the playback to fast rotate because they just rushed A last round. Okay, see,
Placing alarm bot.
that guy just got laid out. Okay. So we actually don't end up fast rotating onto the site. We kind of just play for the stair smoke. Generally, if you are going to fast rotate, you'll leave your turret here. Try to get to site here. Or you try to get
Okay.
through the smoke here. Both are difficult. I don't expect you to do like both intuitively, but where am I?
Recalling my bot.
If the read is that they're rushing, which kind of seems like that's what your read is because you're trying to play fast rotate,
Placing
you'd
alarm
probably
bot.
want to abandon your turret at some point and then try to actually get your alarm bot here.
Placing
To get
alarm
here
bot.
if the smoke is here. Otherwise,
Bot
I do
coming
think
back.
this alarm bot actually makes a ton of sense, and then you can just leave that and then go back around to heaven and play for the site. Obviously your turret goes down, but this is pretty good too. So you know your stair push is covered and you can play for this. Or if you're playing a bit more aggro, you can drop in and play for this. But yeah, that's the downside. I could see you're literally playing on the edge of your turret here, trying to keep the
Yeah.
uptime on it. So that's the killjoy trap sometimes. But I definitely understand. I do like that you're holding the edge of the smoke too. If we're talking about cross replacement, it could be a little bit higher, but out of scope for this week. Bit tough right now. Bit tough right now, but we've only seen one mini-map awareness instance, maybe two that we can improve on. So for the most part, it's pretty good.
Yep, I'm in top.
Okay, we're going C. Reading the mini-map well here. This guy just killed two.
One enemy remaining.
Yep, nice, okay. Good sight hold, nothing too crazy. We never really saw this guy. Okay,
Swarm
next.
grenade. Placing alarm bot.
Missing a lot bot. A pings A. You leave B. Reina has B space.
Coming back.
That's 4. Your Astra has the line, so you could technically rotate stairs right now because they can't be here yet. But decided to go site side. Okay, there's 3 there. Drop. Should be able to hold this
That's it,
wall.
skill
Okay,
move.
they flashed out. We get the kill. Okay.
You will not kill my allies.
That sounds over.
Last player standing.
Yeah. This is tough. How do we talk about this? So I came to the conclusion that maybe we could have rotated stair side because of what I saw on the mini map. But that's also somewhat out of scope for, well, maybe we need to find a more clear goal on what to do with mini map awareness.
Okay.
Okay. Let me kind of just read out loud here.
Mhm.
So when I think of minimap awareness, I think of like two things. I think of like, where can they be? And does that influence my rotate? Does that influence my rotate? And then the other thing is, where can they be? Does that influence my next fight? When I think about my rotate, this is like positioning, This is like essentially positioning, but more so like crosshair placement. So if you're kind of size trades, I guess. When I think about these two kind of more broadly, you can kind of break it down into like minimap awareness can be more specific to each half. So generally on defense, you would be reading the minimap to figure out where to rotate and how to position. And on attack, you can read the minimap to, you know, dictate your lurk timing and then also to go for trades. So in other words, on defense, you might use minimap awareness to help influence your rotate timing and positioning. And then on offense, you might use minimap awareness to help you pre-aim your trades better and also understand when to go for a lurk. What we're seeing the majority of the time on these defense rounds, like for example this one here, it's like when we read the minimap and we see these kills, like okay, that's 4, we could probably rotate quickly. Are they more tree? Are they more main? We kind of can't really tell at this point because the door's not open, but we do know there's 4A. But when we're rotating in, we see the sight line from your Astra, which kind of indicates they aren't through this wall yet, which means that you might have timing to go from here to get ready to take the fight when they do push the wall. Obviously we don't opt for that, so we go here. We see 3 tree, maybe 2, can't really tell. But the important thing to note is they're back here, which means timing wise, by the time they make it to this choke point, you will probably be able to get to drop or get to backside and get ready to take the fight on when they do go through the wall. Reading the minimap here, we do get to this angle, but we don't take the fight, which in hindsight actually is the correct play because they had a flash. But we don't actually end up taking the fight after, which might be influenced by gun choice here.
Yeah.
But I do recognize now that minimap awareness broadly, even if you have the awareness, might not lead into the second step. So I think maybe using the framing, if you're on defense, try and use minimap awareness to help you decide where to rotate and when you should rotate. Where to rotate, when to rotate. And then use attack generally to figure out where to pre-aim.
Yeah. I feel like it's much harder on attack to glance at my minimap.
It's way more fast paced. It's like, oh shit, like there's a kill there, like check, pre-aim, check. Way more fast paced. I do think we can maybe make a little bit of progress on the defense side of things to come to some different conclusions when we're rotating. It seems like your timing on the rotate is fine and you're playing pretty active. But you could argue like rotating to certain positions could be a little bit different, which like if I'm really thinking about it, like it feels so out of scope for the rank that we're at. That like I probably don't want to emphasize it too much, but it is also it's kind of important at the same time. That it's a tough one.
Yeah.
A tough one. This game's so dynamic sometimes.
Yeah.
But let's keep going for now and we'll revisit at the end. Got one more round on defense. Let's see. Young Spectre again.
Joke's over. You're
Having
dead.
two Spectre rounds in a row. He must be broke.
Yeah, no one wanted to buy for me.
Gotcha. Oof.
You and
Wow,
me.
this Omen has really been holding the flank every round. Nice good kill though. Okay, so looking at the minimap, we see Phoenix Tree, Raise Unknown.
Spike down
Smoke here.
A.
I think both might be Tree. I think I just heard 2 Vandal shots. A banger ult here. W ult. I like that. I like that. Impossible round to lose. Nice. Okay. I would say for the most part, defense looks pretty good. Obviously, it's a 4-8 half, but we did start 0-4, and we started to adapt. We like went for some C flanks, we went for some B flanks, we went for some fast rotate rounds. So I did quite like what I saw on defense. The only thing to maybe consider is like changing where you rotate to, but the timing itself looks pretty good.
C'est collègues
Okay,
sont
Awesome.
bien mis.
Let me go to attack half, which kind of you already mentioned seems to be the harder one in terms of employing minimap awareness. So let's take a look here.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, is a skill that we could avoid developing if we just lurked every round on Senti. That's a possibility. You might not get the most impact in the game, but iteration.
Placing swarm grenade.
Okay. Typically, you would molly for the flood, like in the smoke here.
Swarm
But
grenade
this is fine.
out. Cutting the way.
Okay, so we see the sage there. Hurt for flank, that's fine. Okay, so there's a kill here. He's going back sight. This one's hard. I'll go back in a second. Let's just see the round. Back sight. Okay, we're not taking the fight. On flank.
Turret.
Last player
Okay, there's a lot going on here. Let's break this down a little bit.
Yeah.
Grenade.
So,
Swarm grenade.
I'll walk you through my thought process when the round starts. First things first, we need to secure this front sight space. So anything that they could be fighting us, kind of like anything in this area, that's the area I'm looking to fight. So in this round here, it's typically roughly close to the orb. Let me actually just go back into the game. The order of the fights that I'm thinking about can be orb, followed by the angle that you molly, followed by anything in front like of this pillar, and then
Placing swarm
I would molly stair smoke,
Swarm grenade.
and then I would clear the rest of this. And you pretty much have done the first part. So like securing the actual like early space before you go into the execute is step one. Step two is actually going into the execute, which this molly can kind of double up for. So typically there's a smoke here, pretend like there's a smoke here. We kind of have two options. One is to kind of play back here and make sure no one pushes through the smoke. You would really only opt for that option if you feel like your teammates can already take the site, like you got an early kill in the round or something. Like we fought here and we killed this guy immediately. Then you probably could afford to not use your body to push the site and hold the space instead. The second thing would be if you have util to cover it. So if you do have this molly here, there's not really much point to hold the smoke, and you could use that time where the molly is up to scale onto site. Now the difficult thing in this round is to figure out when to do what, because we already used our molly, right? We used the molly pretty early, so at this point it's like, okay, do we scale site because we have 3 in front of us, or do we actually just put all of our emphasis on the smoke here? I would argue if you never get smoked off here and you put your turret flank, it is an acceptable option for you to kind of just bait, just sit in the corner and do nothing. You could sit here, you could hold the smoke, you can kind of just vibe. But as soon as the smoke comes up, so you turret, boom, that smoke comes up. Now your goal is to go in front of the smoke and hold the flood. Okay. I'm going to get a little bit complex here, and we'll kind of make it simplified a little bit when we go back. But these guys are fighting this ISO here. Your job, until these guys die, it's going to sound so complex to follow, but until these guys die, you would hope that these guys get this kill, and your job is to hold their back of this guy pushing through the smoke. As soon as these guys die, like one of them, your intention then would be, oh, there's a guy on the minimap. Let me simplify, pre-aim, go for the trade, and try to get that kill. You could argue, well, Dopa, I could just do that now, but your molly isn't in the smoke anymore. It expired, which means that there's a timing for this guy to push the smoke and kill your teammates in the back. That's what you would hold for here, because you're further away from your teammates. If we rewind and say you were the deadlock here, he knows that you're behind him, so his job is to go for the trade. That Reyna dies right there. His job is now to look at the minimap and go for that trade, because he was closer in vicinity. Does that make sense? Because we were further back, that's not an option. Now this guy dies. Your Gecko should have went for the trade, but he was reloading. But as soon as the smoke fades, you see like you're looking sight side. That makes sense for you to do given what you know. Minimap awareness, you try and premium what you saw on the minimap, blah, blah, blah. Technically, given what we just talked about, you would actually look towards stairs here until stairs is clear, and then you would pivot back to site. The only reason why I'm mentioning this is it kind of goes back into your job when you're group A versus group B. I know we might have talked about this loosely. This one is difficult, but when you're playing attack, knowing your job and reading the minimap can kind of slot you into those spots. So now to simplify, we have 3 players ahead of us here. When we put this turret, pick up my turret.
Turret
your job now is to try and keep these guys alive from their back and let them kind of deal with this. It would be a little bit different if you had the molly here. You'd be scaling out. Jacobs from chat does make a good point though. Like the deadlock stun does kind of have the smoke push, but I would still argue you'd probably want to go through the smoke and look stairs, and then only once you clear this, like you're pretty confident there's nothing there, would you pivot back and look at site. We're getting it kind of complicated here, but for now let's just keep going. The important thing now is we know that there's 2 players back site. We haven't died the stairs. We should probably be looking for that fight, but we end for the angle hold, and you kind of see we're worried about this. So go back one more time. ISO Sage back site. We're looking like one brain cell moment. Okay, we see enemy on the mini map. Let's see if I can pre-aim and go for the kill. Like if we're purely going one brain cell and not thinking about group A, group B, that's what we'd want to do here. We know there's 2 back site. Boom. You try and go for that kill. Get the kill, great. If not, we die. But typically when you're down numbers, that's what you'd want to do here. This one's tough, but he gets the kill. You're holding for back site, but you can see we're kind of just holding rather than peeking. That might be a habit we're getting into. I wonder, is we might get the minimap info, but because you're kind of taking the time, this is my assumption, to take the time to look at the minimap, going back into your screen, you feel like maybe you might not have time to peek them, so you opt for the angle hold. So we'll see if that is a pattern that continues.
Okay.
But for now, let's keep going. Until dump, boom, all good. Next. A fight is a whole different. I could spend the whole day talking about the A fight, the nuances. Oh, wait, what? Is that a bug? Yeah, look. He killed the guy C, but it's showing the kill here.
Oh.
That is weird. That's a bug. It's very strange. Good molly. It's not an anti-flood molly, but it's good molly. Okay, one close left. No one scales. That sucks. Okay, open door, flash. This is a good play by the Omen. Wow.
Spike down. C.
Wow, 123 on both. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
If only I hit the head.
Almost. The thing I'd be curious on is specifically why we went so far back. Maybe it's just because of the door open. This.
Yeah, I think I was just trying to have a good angle.
Gotcha.
Or like, because we talked about like distance,
Angle advantage.
yeah, so I just try to keep that in mind, but I don't know if I'm implementing it properly. So this could be really terrible and I should stop. I don't know.
If none of your teammates are alive, it's fine, because you do get the most advantage on the fight here. The thing to keep in mind in terms of the distance is your teammates are going to die before you get contact. So like these 2 teammates in front of the door that are full blind, like they are open to this, which means the player here can just peek out and kill them before they get into contact with you. So if you're trying to support your teammates, if you're trying to support your teammates and you see them fighting here and here, you would try and pick up one of their angles, either by going wide to the right to try and support them here so that they can focus door, or you would try and go theoretically wide left to focus door so that they can focus main.
Okay.
That's the tough thing that we're trying to learn a little bit with the mini-map awareness. That kind of was a little bit about defense. Yeah, that's one of the intangible skills you might see Radiant players do really well. Is like how they position themselves to pick up angles for their team based on what's happening and how they read the minimap. It's a high level skill. Like I said, it does feel a little bit out of scope. I feel like I would normally have this conversation with someone that's probably like Ascendant or Immortal, but because we're talking about minimap awareness, it almost feels like I have to mention it. But
Okay.
maybe we'll just introduce the concept now and just continue.
Yeah.
Spike down. C.
But yeah, you can see where they die from. One guy dies from door, the other guy dies from the main fight here. So they both die before we get contact.
Spike down.
Well, Path is Immortal. Facts.
Player standing.
Facts. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, next.
Turret out.
Try it out.
Placing swarm grenade.
Okay.
Swarm grenade out.
Okay, so let's see. Obviously the kill happens right before, but we're kind of in cover right now. We check minimap. The Sage would be here. Kill happens. It would be good to preempt this. Now there's a wall here. We don't know that, but we kind of run into this angle with Molly out rather than gun out. So that's something I see there.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm
We do
grenade.
Molly for the flood there. W Molly. Even though the wall is there, it's a good instinct to get into. Okay, one flank, one breakable.
Dans le back.
Holding flank. Crosshair placement's a little bit low.
Perfect
Good movement though.
accuracy.
Okay, I don't know where the omen was. Okay, both sight. Run! Run!
Reloading.
One enemy remaining.
Plus one on sight. And drop.
No escape.
Boom. Okay. You've learned not to peek the op. That's smart.
Reloading.
Don't pick the op, guys. Okay, we went off time, looks like. Nice.
Hitting sentry.
Okay. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Thrifty. Sensor down. How about
I do think it does feel like we're a bit more in control when we're able to kind of
swarm grenade?
let your teammates take the space while we're kind of holding flank, which is more typical for what Sentis do.
Throwing next.
Okay, Sage spotted there. We could preempt that if we wanted to. ISO there, so we could preempt stairs. Ah! Okay. We're missing a little bit of timings because we were going for the alarm bot there, but that's okay. TP'd the turret. Wow, well played.
J'ai pas vu, elle a piqué.
You smoked the turret and TP'd it, I guess?
Go retard.
Yeah, we did hit the TP right there, I guess. Wow. Well played by this omen. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Pique ou je pique?
Turret out.
En OP.
Okay, 1C. If we're talking about the last part of the minimap awareness on the note here, when to go for a lurk, they already got contact C, though, so this is a good timing for us.
En
If they
OP.
never got fight C, you would wait until they got a fight C. But they got a fight C, so boom, we're going. That's good timing. And this is why you catch this guy. He knows that your teammates are fighting, so he's trying to make a move. And then you're able to catch his reaction, basically. So, yeah, that's good minimap. You're about to get ulted, yeah. But we're cooked, unless...
No.
Ah, nice try. Okay.
Uh,
I
it
do like
feels
the
so
lurk,
unfair
though.
Whenever they shield.
I know. ISO it's tough. I always recommend people tap and then break the shield and then shoot again, but
Ça, c'est bon.
also kind of out of scope.
Mm.
Turret's facing the other way. Oh, I see. Okay, two there.
You will not.
Oh, that's the whole server. Okay, good spray. Typically, when you walk up front B, you have the turret aiming this way, so it gets your push.
Yeah.
I
I don't
do.
remember what my thought process was here.
Doman was flanking a couple times, maybe.
Yeah.
Shit, good blind.
No escape.
And they open door.
Placing swarm grenade.
Male
Swarm grenade.
was left dead. Nice, good trade. So at this point, it's like Sage is done with the A player. This is a good ult generally. Oh, yeah, preem. Nice, look, the preem here was good. I do fuck with that. I do fuck with that. That's good. That's good. Okay, Male. One was main.
Swarm grenade out.
But low-key, that was a fire molly for behind mount.
No escape. Swarm grenade out.
Wait, it actually worked because the Raze was here.
Wow.
Okay, looks like this round's cooked.
Yeah, here I'm pretty sure I did not look at minimap at all.
You kind of don't need to be fair, because we got the early pick. Like this Raze dead, boom. You check minimap, you see the guy close left. So your job to clear close right box was like the correct one, based on what we talked about with the whole thing, like 3 players in front of you here. Like we are doing the right thing here. We get this first kill, we know the Phoenix is close left, you're clearing the box. That is like 100% the correct play here. We kind of just ran out maybe after, but he gets the pick. Like you don't really have to worry about that. So, I mean, we did come to the correct conclusion for sure.
Wow.
Blocking movement.
Wall here.
Initiated.
Wow, we lose this round though? I think it goes 13-8, right? The ult was good too. Molly might be a little bit early. 2 spawn. Okay, so we get ready for spawn. Vulnerable. Okay. Blinds. Fuck these abilities. Okay. Mini map. He's gonna ult us maybe. Playing off the alarm bot looks like.
Last player
One right side.
standing. One enemy remaining.
Yeah, we didn't pick up the right side. Okay. It's a tough round. Okay. We did make some improvements though with the minimap awareness. Like we saw some moments there. Obviously, like I said, it's not gonna be 100%. Before I like try and pick something to prioritize, let's take a look at that Crowd game first before I'm going too much of a spiel. Let me pull up the Crowd game here. But largely positives. Obviously, we can always point out some stuff, but largely positives. Okay, let's see, Corrode. Let me go ahead and load into Corrode as well, just in case. Did you just finish watching Korean? Is that what the profile pic?
Yeah.
Good show, yeah.
So good.
Turret out.
Okay, B set up. Boom, boom. Pick off turret, yeah.
Yeah.
Mid. Oop, turret. Go. Nice. W peek off turret. We like that. We like that. Fuck with that. Free kill.
Spotting. Ah, turret down.
Okay, this is fine. I like what we're doing here. This first kill, this is perfect. This is definitely what we want to see. Peek off the turret. You could argue the second peek might be a little aggro, but I do like it.
Down.
We almost got that second one too, so looks good so far. Let me keep going.
Why is no one wearing the pulse monitors I gave you? Honestly, I asked for a few
Yeah.
readouts, and you think I'm Dr. Frankenstein. My ult. I'm out of here.
Rotate, we saw 2A. Cypher dead. One more. Oh yeah, you're ready for this guy? W. Okay, Molly. Good Molly. Rotate, this is fine. 2A. This guy mid's coming back.
One HP.
Sounds like we're playing for the mid rotate.
One enemy remaining.
Maybe that's why he's calling you a cheater.
Down.
I will say I did like this Molly to let you rotate. Boom. And we start rotating, but then we didn't commit into the rotate, which might lead me to think that we actually didn't see all the numbers. So this is one. There's 2 main here. 1, 2, 3. We're just looking for one more. Then we see the chamber. So that's, I think, all 3.
Placing swarm grenade.
I don't expect you to see all that, but obviously we have the power of hindsight. At some point, though, you can get all that info. Okay. Get a mini-map moment here, looks like. Oh, yeah, here to step. Okay.
Placing swarm grenade.
Placing swarm grenade.
Swarm grenade out.
Okay, nice committed swing there. That was a nice confidence. Our swings have looked pretty good so far. Okay, waylay mid. Yeah, nice confident swings, gets the kills. It's like you had it on pistol and you had it on that round. Your chamber is spotted.
That's
Nice. Looks like you were pretty aware of this guy. I would have hoped that we saw that from at the start here.
Placing swarm grenade.
The Sova.
Placing swarm grenade.
I knew that, yeah, someone was there, but
Gotcha.
I didn't know who it was.
Gotcha. That might be like one thing to consider. Maybe other level of mini-map awareness is like specifically the agent tracking. Like instead of like, oh,
Yeah.
one mid, it's waylay mid. Instead of 1A, it's
Yeah.
chamber A.
That's done.
Good kill though.
Go, go, go.
Go, go, go. Okay, Cypher,
Spike
elbow.
planted. Last player standing.
Screw this tripwire. Okay, this round's over. Take a look though. Dodge the blind. The other guy's lost. One right, one left. Okay, not too bad.
Yeah.
Up shield. Okay, Cypher there. ISO Cypher. Wait, sorry, ISO in mid. Just kidding. Cypher there.
One mid.
Turret, I think it just got smoked. Oh wait, no, it's still up.
Turret destroyed.
Smoked elbow.
My ultimate
kill.
is ready.
Spike down B.
Good ult. A little in the open, but I fuck with it.
One enemy remaining.
Last one main, okay. The fights this game look really clean. Like this last one you can even see too. They have the premium well. Oh, But the biggest thing, I think what makes it look cleaner is like it's actually a proper strafe. We have enough distance on
Yeah?
this strafe. Yeah, definitely a lot cleaner. Because they're cheating, obviously. Facts. Okay, 1 mid again.
I know exactly
The
where
lurker. This one's gonna be tough to win. Need a good swing here. Bro's knife out.
Spike down mid.
Well, that's crazy. He saw us on Cypher ult.
Killed my bot. Bomb grenade
Okay.
out.
Yeah, it looks like we're aware of the Cypher though, because of the util. Last chamber Rose. Okay, this one looks fine.
Placing swarm grenade.
Take mid. This would be a good moment to preem this waylay if we could.
got one.
Picking the left fights.
Reloading.
You know, unironically, we look a little bit more comfortable on Corrode than Lotus. Maybe we just have more mental energy on it.
Placing swarm
I have
grenade.
no idea.
Like the
I'm
fights.
really like
Swarm
my
grenade out.
win rate on this map is so bad. So I don't know what happened this game.
Maybe it's like an attack thing. Like defense,
One enemy
we look
remaining.
pretty comfortable
Spike
on
down,
defense. Like with the fights at least.
Spike
Look
down
at
B.
this. Okay, good adjustment. Okay.
Cool. That's happening.
But the defense part looks good. Like our B hold looks fine. Like we're fighting off the turret well.
Go, go, go.
Shit.
This.
He missed his stun.
This way.
Yeah, you're considering leaving this guy, helping him.
Spike down B.
Okay.
One enemy
Yeah,
remaining.
it works out. There's a couple things to point out there, but the main one would be the after this contact here, you would try and see what he sees and see if you can take a timing off of his fights. It's pretty scary though, because Gecko blind and got dinked, but not really in the scope of this. Okay, let's see. Swing off the turret. This could be good. Oh, they're leaving.
My turn.
Wait, the turret's not seeing. There it goes.
Power down.
Yeah, it would be ideal to swing off the turret there.
Swarm grenade out.
But we got spotted early.
Yeah, monster on the loose.
Wow, what a shot. It's not an easy shot to hit. Nice. This guy's up mid, okay.
Left.
I mean, I think I see why the Waylay accused you of cheating. That angle hold is tough. And you've killed him like 3 or 4 times. Tough shot to hit. But the main thing I'm seeing from this game versus the Lotus game is obviously like we're getting more fights because they're going to be. But it seems like the decision making isn't really the difference maker. It's just like the fights are cleaner. Which I don't think is a minimap awareness thing. I think it's just like it's like if you were playing Lotus defense and they came C, like I would imagine like it wouldn't be a minimap awareness issue. The problem that was happening on Lotus is we just put a lot more retake and it was more important for us for our rotates to be different for us to get more impact. Whereas on Corrode, like so far we're seeing like the rotates aren't the thing that we need to improve. It's like we're in the right place, they're coming to us, we're winning the fights. So that could make the argument that in order for us to improve our win rate on more rotate heavy maps like Lotus, or I'm specifically just thinking Lotus right now, for us to figure out when and how to rotate based on what we see on the minimap. But obviously this is just one sample size of Corrode, and you did mention that our Corrode win rate is lower, so I would assume it's because of attack, but it's not. Which might make this game more of an anomaly because they're going B and you might be losing games when they go A. So we could check that too. All maps, Corrode. See here. So they came B a couple times, you owned them. Let's see this game here. Defense would be your red. So this is defense. Yeah, so they went A, you're A. Boom, next rounds. They went B, your mid. We lose, so retake. This round, they went mid. Okay, so we're mid. This round they went B. You're flanking, so we're not there. This round they did go A. So far we've only had 2 rounds where they've gone to our site because we started 2 rounds in mid. This round looks like we started A. We might be flanking, and they go B. This round they did go A, so that's 3. We didn't get any early fights. Looks like we got utiled off here. This round they did go mid. They go B again. So the difference between this game and the other game is we're playing more A this game. But when they go A, it seems to be more 50-50. Like we get this kill here, we get traded. Whereas when we were playing this game, this game, we weren't getting traded as much, but we were also playing B. So that kind of makes me assume that maybe the difference is some of these games, your B hold might be better than A. Let's take a look at this round though. Is this attack? We are red. This is defense. So we play B, they go A. So that's retake. We play B, they go A. Mid, they go mid. So that's rotate. We play B, they go mid to A. Retake. We play A. They go A. We insta-die. We play A. They go mid to A. We don't get any kills. Are we broke? Yeah, this is our eco round. Playing mid B-ish, they go mid, we get killed by the push. Okay, this round we're B, they go A. B, they go mid to A. Kind of in mid here. So kind of what I'm seeing from just looking at the timeline here is when they go B, and you're B, it works out well. When they go A and we're A, we go 50-50, like we get traded, we go 1 for 1, not much value. And then if we're A and they go mid, it seems okay. But if we're A and they go B, we're cooked. So there's a couple takeaways there. One, we could probably improve the way we play A. It seems like we're dying in this front elbow space here, which is hard fights. I would imagine maybe we play to fight this choke instead, because like it looks like we're trying to fight. Let's see. Let's say you have your turret here. Can you fight that? No, because the turret's gonna be. You would want to be on this side. Then turret shoots and you can fight. You might have your molly here. Turret shoots. Boom. Pop molly. Pop molly. Get your fight, and then you try and leave. It'd probably be easier though for you to have a setup further back and play this. Alarm bot triggers, you pop molly, and then you swing, and then you'll be able to fall back. This probably seems a little bit easier. And then you might have like a turret. If you're playing full on site, you might just have the turret here. You can just like fully bunker. Alarm bot shoots, boom, pop the molly, get the kill. Turret shoots, boom, fight here. Obviously, this gives them all of this space, so I wouldn't say it's ideal, but that's something you could do. Alternatively, I guess you could do something like this. Yeah, you could play off this turret here. So you have a molly here. Turret shoots, swing, pop the molly. You can kind of play from back here. And then if you want, you can have your alarm bot here when you reposition. It's like you let them take left side, you fight right side, and then you fall back, and then this alarm bot pops, and you can fight this. That could be a little bit better. Either or, but it seems like we're dying a lot on the A fight from here, which I can understand is a little bit harder for Killjoy. Keep going though.
Placing swamp grenade.
Placing swamp grenade.
Spike down A.
Our A hold seems good too. This guy's opping A. We rotate the mid, we might get this kill. Neon's flanking.
Stop fire. Who else?
Trade out in A, yeah. It seems like the common thread on this game, or the reason why this game might be 13-1. Ooh, good kill. It's like you win a lot more duels, but also like you're able to play B and hold your side of the map, but your teammates are also getting kills on the other. Like we only had really one bad retake round, which was like 1v3 or whatever, round 3 or something.
One enemy remaining.
So yeah, it makes sense that this is a stomp. Cheating idiot. I killed him 4 times. Wow, look at that silver ult. It's good silver ult.
Initiated.
Ult's good here too.
Target destroyed.
Turret shoots. Should be able to swing off this. I don't know why he ice ulted.
Area's clear.
One enemy remaining.
Strange ice ult. Nice. I mean, I think it's pretty clear. Now I'm trying to think. I feel like this Lotus game that we just watched was so much more difficult than this Crowd game. But obviously our teammates
Yeah.
are winning more, which might lend itself to Smurf Q. Is this guy smurfing? Maybe. Guy smurfing? No, 0.74. Might be getting carried by the neon. 1.4. Is that the neon? Do you? No, he's not on this list. Oh yeah, 1.5. So that neon's definitely smurfing. It also looks like they regularly play with people that get carried or carry them. So it makes sense. It makes sense why we're winning this game so hard. So we can't really analyze this game too much in terms of good takeaways.
Gotcha.
But obviously the thing that we can take away from our end is our B site hold was good. We're playing off the turret well. We weren't getting traded on the initial kills. And they were actually going through our bomb site. Like we were playing B, we were winning B. Whereas like looking at the
Yeah.
timeline from the other games, like they would go A, we trade 1-for-1, or we would play A, they would go B. You know, it was a bit tougher. So that's kind of the life of a Sentinel, but then we kind of have to filter through some of this. Do we want to make minimap awareness another priority for this upcoming week? And for defense, have the minimap awareness influence our rotates, and then for attack, have our minimap awareness influence our trades / crosshair placement? Or is there something else to prioritize?
Can we talk about things that I would be looking for to make those decisions? Maybe.
Yeah, so for the rotate, I mean, it gets a little bit complicated. Like, the round that comes to mind for me was this Astral Wall round. This one here.
Yeah.
Proximity is going to be your main filter for minimap awareness on defense rotates. Proximity and obviously where enemy locations are. So when I say proximity, I mean teammate proximity. When we're rotating in here, if we think about where your closest teammate is, you would draw lines to each, okay? So like if they're going C, you would obviously go to your Deadlock. If they're going B, obviously you go to your Reyna. But when we think about your A players, like you have option 1 to regroup to your that's not your Reyna, your Astra or your Gecko. So if we're trying to assist the A hit, because it seems like they're going A, generally you would rotate to the closest player possible, which would be the Gecko here.
Okay.
That's the general rule of thumb. There's obviously some nuance to it. Like for example, if you rotate to your Gecko, you're going to be smoked off, in which case this is no longer an option. You just cut this line off because even though he might be the closest, he might not actually be in play. Then you would rotate to your Astra here. As we kind of continue this, I would be thinking about rotating to the Gecko here because he's closest. We rotate. He takes this fight. Obviously, you'd try and be close and then you try and take the fight. But let's just pretend like he was smoked off. You didn't want to help him. Now when we look at this, again, we think about proximity. So how can I assist this Astra the quickest? Or how can I take a fight the quickest? If I rotate stairs, I can get this, like be here and then take this fight on this lane here if there's no smoke. Or I can go all the way around and then go here to take the fight here. In terms of timing, going stairs obviously is going to be quickest.
Yeah.
So that's what I would opt for here. So like that would be the easiest guideline I could give you. I probably don't want to add too much onto that for defense. But I would say think about proximity. Where is the closest teammate that is on the site that I want to help? How can I help them the fastest? That's probably, if you just one brain cell that, you'll get more value typically. Sometimes that means you have to push through smokes and stuff. Like for example, I talked about the stairs rotate. I'm not on Lotus. Let's go back to Veloplant. Let's say you are here. Your teammate is here, but there's a smoke stairs. You could interpret this rotate as, oh, there's a smoke here. I can't go through it. So like my next possible rotate would be to here or to here. But you do have the option of pushing through the smoke, which is kind of high risk, but it does give you the quickest timing possible to help your Astra. That's something that I opt for occasionally. The nuance there is if you're playing against a Killjoy that is mauling the smoke like I've kind of urged you to do, anti-flood, and this is no longer a possibility, then if we look at the arrows now, you would get rid of this, and then your next option is to go heaven or drop based on timing. Because like stairs is no longer an option because of the molly. But that's generally how you'd want to think about your rotate. Where's the shortest path? Can I go there? Oh, there's a molly there. Let me go somewhere else. That's the minimap awareness generally. Now the attack one is tough. I'm trying to think exactly the best way to frame this. We could make the assumption that we're going to be part of group B every single time, which is your teammates are in front of you, you hold their backside. That would probably be the easiest place to start, but it doesn't actually train this part, the help your preems for the trades kind of. It more so helps you see that your teammates are looking left side and then you pick up right side. So if we walk through a scenario, let's say on Corrode, let's say you have 3 teammates in front of you and they're looking left side, you would come up here and then you would look right side. Then if and only if do these players die, let's say like this player is looking here, you're here, they die, you would then look at minimap and see a arrow here or something, a player here. You would hold this for maybe a quarter of a second and see if someone would swing off that contact. They don't swing, or maybe they do swing, you get the kill. You would check minimap, then this is where the second part comes in. Preem, okay, boom. I know that this guy here, let me preem and go for that kill. But more likely what's going to happen in your games if you're going to focus on the group B side of things is you're going to be here. You see your teammates, let me say, you're here, you see your teammates coming up and they're looking left, you would pick up right side. And then when you see them start going right side, then you'd look left and pick up left side. That would probably be step 1 of the minimap awareness for group B. Step 2 would be, like you're here, you're looking left side after they start scaling up right. Maybe you're here, then you see your teammate die, boom, died here from a player here. Then you would come up and then you would know that this player is here so you can preempt that. I think it would probably be easier and more role suited for you to do minimap awareness from the lens of being group B rather than trying to be group A where you're second in, you see your jet die here and then you pivot. Like it's going to be too quick pace, I think. So it's probably going to be easier to start with group B. We can break this down a little bit more, help you decide where to look and where to preem for your trades, and also to understand when to go for a lurk. So if you have teammates in front of you looking left, you might look right. Then if your teammates get killed while looking left, that would give you that would ideally prompt you to look at minimap to preem for the guy on the left so you can go for the trade. So you can kind of visualize that one more time. Your teammate's looking left, you're holding right side, teammate dies on the left, you look at minimap, okay, there's a guy here, preem, go for that trade. But otherwise, if they never get killed or if your teammates get the kills, you might just focus your attention on the right side the whole time. And then when your teammates start coming up and then they decide to go elbow, you would shift your attention from the right to the left because they're looking right, you look left. I think that would be the easiest transition. So yeah, defense, think about rotating proximity, these two. Maybe out, where's the closest teammate? Where to rotate. That's probably the 2 things for defense. They kind of go linked. And then for attack would be use minimap awareness to help you decide where to look. I think that would probably be the 2 biggest things to work on for minimap awareness if that was the decision on focusing on minimap awareness. I could also see the argument of revisiting gun duels again, but that's more of a question for you, I guess. Do you feel like you would want to tackle these things about minimap awareness, or would you want to shift the focus for something else? Just because we've been doing it for 2 weeks, maybe you're feeling bored, or
what do you mean by taking duels?
so something that we've been ignoring, or specifically I've been ignoring when reviewing the VODs these past 2 weeks, is anything mechanical that comes up, I've kind of just glossed over. 'Cause
Yeah.
we could have the focus for this upcoming week to be reshifting on, being more mechanical, and just like have the minimap awareness be like a back burner thing, or
Mhm.
continuing to do the minimap awareness. The decision would be mostly based on feel. Like, do you think you could make more progress on the minimap awareness, and are you bored of it? Just for like novelty sakes, I guess.
I think I should keep trying to focus on it because I'm scared if I don't, I will start ignoring it.
Hmm.
So maybe it's good to have a second week for it. But at the same time, I do feel me getting a little bit lazy with some of the mechanical stuff. Um, so I don't know.
There's
I
no
don't know
perfect
what would
answer. Yeah. I always go back to there's no solutions, only trade-offs. Like the trade-off we'd be making
Yeah.
here is hopefully we can make like faster and more informed decisions by reading the minimap awareness.
Mhm.
But the argument for the other would be Valorant as a shooter, and like you have to shoot and win. Like that's always a strong one.
Mhm.
It's definitely a tough one. But I do think I agree. I would probably focus a bit more on the minimap awareness. Maybe next week, regardless of where we're at with the minimap awareness, we take a look on implementation to see how it looks, so that we can kind of rate it, whether or not we're making improvements or not. But
Mhm.
look at next week as well from a mechanical lens, and then put minimap awareness on the back burner because of the amount of time investment on it.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay, so game plan, just so I don't forget. Try and implement minimap awareness for this week. Specific notes for each half are put it above. Next week, we could take a look at implementation, rate our progress, but also take a look at mechanics and look to shift the next week's focus point towards something mechanical, and putting minimap awareness on the back burner. Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. I mean, I do think it is largely positive though. Like there wasn't anything we were doing wrong. It's only things that we could do better.
Mhm.
And in that Crowd game, like the fights were very confident, in the Lotus game, like it was quite a bit of retake rounds. So, and we were
Yeah.
trying to adapt, but we just started 0-4 and we eventually brought it back to 4-8. So, it was good. The attack half was a little bit harder to figure out what to do. I didn't do a good job of distilling it as well, but I think going into this next week, attack is probably going to be the harder half for you to try and implement this minimap awareness thing. Really do
Yeah.
try and look at it from the lens of, okay, my teammates are looking right. Let me pick up left. Oh, they died from the right. Let me take a second to check the minimap to see where they died from, so then I can go and look for that fight.
Yeah. Okay.
How's that feel? Too much? Too little? Good, bad?
I think it'll be fine. I think that for the last couple weeks we have been focusing a lot more on defense, especially I think since we started with Killjoy actually,
Yeah,
we've been
yeah, yeah.
focusing more on defense. So in general, it makes sense that offense would be harder for me. Just, so it'll be fine.
I gotcha. If there is one thing I would probably like encourage us to do is Molly the Flood, just as like a side effect, because then that will let you pay attention to other stuff. Like theoretically, let's say there's a
Yeah.
smoke here. Let's say you mollied this. Then your teammates, if they're still looking right, you could focus your attention on a different left angle, like this box
Mhm.
or something up here. So yeah, that could help a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
Or in that Lotus round.
I did learn two lineups for Corrode, and they're only on B site.
Yeah.
I can't figure out anything for A.
Is it off the top here for the Flood? I've seen some like this.
Something like that. I'm back a little farther, but yeah, it is back there, and then also one behind the
This one?
Yeah, behind the shed, yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, those are good mollies. I mean, I don't know if you need to learn lineups, but where you'd want to get them would either be here for the early fight, here for the early fight, here if there's a smoke. Generally, it's just a good idea to throw a molly in any smoke you see. Like if there's a smoke here, you
Yeah.
molly this or this. So, just generally a good idea. But I don't know what you would line up for. Like if you wanted to learn a lineup, I guess. Jump throw. Probably throw something like off rip for this. It could land like outside here. That one landed a bit deep, but you could have one like a lineup for this. That could be pretty good. Or this, yeah. Either or, but I don't think it's necessary. Okay, cool. Do you have any questions, comments, concerns for me?
I don't think so.
Nope.
Thank you so much for your time.
Of course.
And for breaking this down for me.
Of course. I do think from my point of view, we're still on an upwards trajectory. Like we're making progress, we're implementing. It might feel a little bit slow, but we're doing a lot of things well. So just try to keep the consistency going. Like that's going to be number one. And then I guess number two, probably just be making sure your sleep is good. both of those do be important.
Yep.
But other than that, I don't have anything else for you. So keep me up to date over the week if anything comes up. Otherwise, we'll check back in next week and take a look at the implementation.
Perfect. Sounds great.
Alrighty.
Thank you so much.
Of course, you take care. Good luck.
Thank you.
Peace. Alright, chat. End the stream. Send you guys over to Path Stream, just because I do think they're going to continue playing after this. I'm going to dip. Hopefully you guys learned something. We're going to be streaming tomorrow with Pixel for Pixel's coaching. Same time, I think. Yeah, you guys take care. Do you guys learn something? If not, have a good rest of your day. To you too, man. Peace. Peace. End stream.